All right, in the last video, I've shown you how you can do basic lead scoring in HubSpot based on marketing events. This is quite basic. It allows you to give points and attribute points to people who registered or came to your event or webinar. But actually, there's so much more possible. So in this example, I'm going to show you how you can attribute points to people that, for example, have answered a poll. Okay. One small side note is that this falls outside of the scope of what is general to be known as HubSpot marketing events. This depends heavily on the webinar platform that you're using. In this example, we're using Contrast webinars. There exist, of course, other webinar tools, but the implementation will slightly differ from what I'm about to show you here. Okay, so we're going to go back to our lead scoring, and we're still in the same basic lead scoring builder. What we can do now is we can scroll to the bottom. Here we're going to add an event group. And now what you need to do is add an event criteria, and you need to look for integrations. Right here you have integrations, and when you click on it, you will see all of the events that integrations provide. So right here, I can see all of the events that I can use in order to add points to my leads. So like I said before, this depends on the webinar platform. You can see here that we can do things like webinar registration. We can even make the distinction whether it was a live view or whether it was a replay view. But for this sake of example, I'm going to show you how to attribute points to somebody that gives answers to a poll. So I select poll vote, okay? And what I can now do is, again, add points. And maybe what we want to do is we want to attribute 35 points to somebody that fills in a poll answer. It's really as easy as that. You can, of course, filter this event if you need to. You can add a time frame if you need to. Maybe you only want to attribute points if somebody has answered a poll, I don't know, 5 times. Doesn't really matter. You can use these filters the way that works for you. But I think the important thing for you is to know that you can use all of those different types of events, such as poll answers, CTA clicks, to give extra scores to your leads. And what ultimately you're trying to do, of course, is you're trying to make sure that of all of the leads that live in HubSpot, that you very carefully understand, okay, how warm are these leads actually? One great tool to do that is to also check out the distribution sometimes. So right here, you can check out the distribution. This is all dummy data. For example, here you will see that, wow, we have a huge number of people that actually have 81 to 100 score. That's way too big, of course. So I'm, in this example, way too generous on the score. I've also not added time frames like I should be doing. But this tool allows you to sort of see, okay, what is the distribution among my contacts in HubSpot, and how can I use that distribution to then route, of course, the right leads to my sales team. I hope that helps. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I look forward to see you on the next video.